Hello there, my name is Kuma, and today I'm giving you my first impressions on Papyrus. Nope, not the skeleton guy, the cute kitty instead. I'm sorry, I'm sure you will hear that joke thrown around a million times, but come on, the joke makes itself. Just from Papyrus class alone, I am already impressed. Because I thought for sure Hypergriff had given up on trying to release more AoE healers. After all, last time we got an AoE medic was Breeze, half a year after the release of the game, and then after that we only got Paprika, as this new chain medic class that Papyrus is also part of. The community might not agree on this, but I can only imagine that Hypergriff thinks AoE healers are too strong, and Papyrus is the next in line to try to convince everyone on playing a weaker version of an AoE healer, something that I particularly don't mind. But of course, that theory would be totally washed away if they released another AoE medic after all these years. We'll see. But anyway, Papyrus, she looks like a very strong medic because in her talent, she gives barrier on top of her healing to whoever she heals. It is temporary barrier, kinda like gravel with her S2. It should deplete over time, but it's still a nice gimmick, and to be honest, I kinda thought they would give this kind of talent to a 4-star. But hey, I'm sure it will feel great on a 5-star as well. After all, they have more numbers than 4-stars do. We don't know yet if her barrier will be based on the amount healed, or if it will be a percentage of her attack. We just don't know at the time of recording. And that information about how much barrier Papyrus can give is actually very important to understand how strong is this talent. So unfortunately for now I just can't finish my thoughts on this. I will assume the worst and consider that barrier to be based on the healing the operators receive. Even in that case, the barrier will still help a lot, since one of the complaints people have with Paprika is how much healing she loses when the heals bounce to other operators. They do lose 25% with each bounce, so it is significant. But having the barrier on top of the healing will simply result in more healing. It's still HP that you can lose to the enemies. And it is true that Papyrus might end up being balanced around this barrier number, so the healing values might end up more or less the same between Paprika and Papyrus. We will just have to wait and see, there's not much else I can say. But I'm sure you had the opportunity to play with barrier before. Humus or Penance are well known for stacking that barrier, so I do think she is promising on that aspect. But now let's have a look at Papyrus' skills. Her S1 will be a Power Strike. Heck yeah, I love those. She will heal more and give more barrier. It's simple, it's effective, and it should work wonders considering she can heal multiple allies. Medic Power Strikes don't feel quite as good as the damage ones, but they are still super strong to play in IS with Spinach, or to just buff with your Bard, and let those green numbers fully heal your whole squad. If I ever play with Papyrus, I know I'm defaulting to this skill, because I just like it so much. But of course that is not to say that her S2 is bad or anything. I actually think it's a much more interesting skill than her S1. I mean, being more interesting than a Power Strike is not hard, even I understand that. But here, with her S2, she can lock onto the ally with the highest max HP in her range, and she will only throw heals at that specific ally. This is kinda incredible for any chain medic, because you can focus on healing your big defender who's struggling with a boss or something, and everyone around your defender will still be healed. You still have the power of AoE in your hands. As long as the healing has enough range to bounce between those operators, of course. You might need to think a little bit about your deploys, but I think that's okay, come on. We've been playing this game for what, 4 years at this point? 5 years? We all should know how to properly deploy operators by now. Honestly, Papyrus S2 kinda gives me Chestnut S2 vibes. It's not quite the same. Chestnut doesn't focus on a single ally, but that's what you want to set up. You want to set up for Chestnut to heal a single ally so that he can heal more, while Papyrus just lock on that ally and just focus on healing that one. But The idea is the same, I think the way you would play is kinda similar. And I love this idea of a skill that just focuses on healing the operators who needs the most healing. It's just great. I love this idea on our new AoE healer. Of course, this skill is not only the targeting. She will heal faster and she will heal more with each hit. But to consolidate this idea of just having everyone around your main target also getting some heals, she gets an extra bounce during her skill. So she basically heals the same number of people she would if she didn't have the locked target, and the main target in getting the biggest heals. Now, I will be honest here, I think it's very hard to make a medic who doesn't work. After all, they all heal, and that's what you want from a healer, right? But even ignoring that, Papyrus looks quite fun. I think it's a new spin on the medic hit that I think it's gonna work wonders. And also, I think I didn't mention yet, but Papyrus will be the welfare in the summer event, so everyone has access to her for free. Which is nice for me, because I can get her without even thinking about bullying. Look at that. Also, she is another cat. 2 cats in the same summer event. Well, anyway, you can give me a like if you liked the video, and you can tell me your opinions on Papyrus in the comments. I hope everyone has a very nice day. Peace out.